Hello and welcome to Flashback, a weekly look at stories from years gone by. Have you ever considered if you would work in a nearly abandoned town? What about if you and your partner were the only residents of the town? Well, as Flashback returns to Kitsault, we get to take a look firsthand at a couple that did just that. They lived in Kitsault and worked in the town. Let's take a look at exactly who these two are and what they did as we head back into our archives to October 13th of 2005.
This house is the only house that remains in Kitsault with full-time occupants. Jim and Maggie Essay, who are formerly from Terrace, have lived here for the past 3 years.
We retired 5 years ago, and this is what we've been doing since then, kind of looking for camp jobs and caretaking stuff, and we lucked into this one, and they'll have to pry us out with a crowbar because we're staying. Yeah. We love it here. It's actually a really nice place to live. So.
Jim worked for the city of Terrace several years ago, so he knows firsthand how to use all the heavy machinery. He says he came upon this job position rather oddly.
The job that got us out here kind of started through a haircut in a barbershop. They were looking for a person, so I happened to phone him up, and he says, "Yeah, I got one more guy online, but I'll keep in touch with you." And I phoned him back one more time, and then he phoned back and said, "Well, you got the job." So, and that's how we started here.
And so you guys are responsible for what?
Basically for the town, just to see that the hydro is on all the time and that nobody comes in and does any damage to anything. Keep the roads clear, snow in the winter time, and do grading in the summer and mow the lawns.
Depending on the season, Jim and Maggie find plenty of things to do. In the winter, they go ski-doing and snowshoeing. They also spend time reading and making crafts. So what is it like to be the only people in town?
Quiet, and it's pretty easy, and you can do anything. You go down in 5 minutes, you're down the beach and out in the boat in no time at all.
Over the past few months, the essays have had to share the town of Kitsault with contractors. They say they have already seen a big change.
This summer there's been differences. They've done some clearing and starting to work on the roofs and stuff, whereas before we just basically upkept the lawns and things like that.
The road in and out of Kitsault closes between November and June, so they need to make sure the house is fully stocked to last them through the winter.
We go to town, we can't wait to get back. It's just so peaceful, eh?
It's just a different kind of life. It's kind of like way back in the olden days where there's no people around, and you know all your neighbors, and it's kind of just different.
So what does everyone involved in this project think about the owner's plan to turn Kitsault into a tourist destination?
I think if he can pull it off, it'll be great. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Like the bay is gorgeous, and there's kind of always something to see there, and it's I think he's got a really good idea.
Oh yeah. Once it gets going, there's lots of stuff to do before it gets going, but it should go.
I just support it fully because there's much scope in here. The mountains around and the water and just the wildlife, the opportunity for fishing. It's a very unique, neat place.
Money well spent?
Well, we'll know. I think that it'll take 2 years, but I think our goal was that we're excited about this property. We're not only excited about this property, but the whole region. That's part of the reason we purchased ATV Limited. We're hoping to promote tourism all across Canada, and Northwest BC is in the top of our list.
I really look forward to seeing this town come alive.
The essays say they will stay in Kitsault for many years to come. They are hoping once the town develops, their jobs will still be available. Lindsay Andreza, CFTK-TV News, Kitsault.